Hey friends, thanks for joining us today as we discuss Dragonfly's story and the launch of one of our newest offerings, the Connection Through Motherhood Mentorship Program. And here with Cher, and I'm Sage, and I'm one of the crew members here at Dragonfly Maternity. And you'll see me in the shop studio and as well as some of the workshops. Would you like to tell me a bit about Dragonfly's story?
Yeah, absolutely. And for those of you who are new to me, thank you for tuning in for this conversation. We're very excited to be sharing about our story and what we're about and how we can support moms. I'm a mom myself of two amazing teenage boys, and my partner and I have been here for 23 years this year, which is kind of wild. That's been that long already. And even though this walk of motherhood is over a decade and a half in for me, I still feel very connected to those early days of the wild ride of motherhood and the highs and lows and the benefits of finding true authentic support. So that is a little bit about me. You'll see me here at the shop as well. I lead a lot of the events and co-host a lot of the events and retreats that we do here. I'm one of the yoga teachers as well, so that's some of the ways that you can connect with me here at Dragonfly.
So for those who may be new to our community and what we do here, how Dragonfly started, can you tell me and us share with everyone who's tuning in here, how did Dragonfly start?
Yeah, I'd love to share that story. And I love thinking back to all the roots for me, and it goes way back into the symbolism of a dragonfly. I've always been fascinated with dragonflies, even as a little girl. I find them so beautiful and intricate and powerful, and the transformation that they really go through, that is a spiritual symbolism of the journey of woman into motherhood. And so when I sat with my own journey of this wild ride of motherhood, that really stood out to me as such a symbolic piece of transformation. And they also have layers of meaning with them being into prosperity and change and growth too. So again, it all kind of ties back into the meaning of what it is as a woman coming through the chapter of motherhood. And in those early days of motherhood, I really had a wide spectrum of emotions, to be honest. It was something that there was a lot of joy and love and excitement and anticipation and so much love and fulfillment of welcoming a little one into the world. And there was also a lot of anxiety and upheaval to my life and stress and fear and things that I hadn't felt to that depth before. And ultimately, facing postpartum depression was part of my journey, and it's something that I didn't really recognize at the time. However, looking back, I can see those, signs for me as I was going through it. And my partner was amazing, so amazing as a dad and support to me. And my parents and my friends, the people that I had in my life were amazing. At the same point, I had this aspect that I didn't know, I felt shame around feeling the heaviness. I felt like I didn't want to share with some of those people in my life that I was feeling so out of sorts and didn't, had feelings that I've never felt before, and taught me a lot about myself and had me face some of my shadows and some of the work that comes forward when you are faced at such a new chapter of life and transition. At the same time, so through all of that, and also being, new to the city and one of the first in my friends group to be going through this, just having someone that's really going through it at the same time from the same point of life or maybe a step or two ahead, it was those connections that really, I would say, was a turning point for me and not feeling so alone or feeling that I had someone that could relate to things on a different level than, my partner or some of my friends that hadn't gone through these things, and just being able to really be raw and open and authentic with the experience. So that was a huge piece for me, and is honestly like the undercurrent of everything that you hear why I brought it to life, because going through that journey, as beautiful it was, and I still say it's like the best thing I've ever done is becoming a mother. It was also one of the hardest things that I've ever done.
I can imagine.
It brings up a lot within you, and I feel that element of authentic connection and really feeling like I could open up and share about the journey is what got me through the early days, weeks, months of feeling a lot of heaviness and darkness and isolation, and feeling alone and not like myself, and all of those elements. That was really quite unexpected through that portion of my life.
Wow. What a story. And I'm sure so many, I'm sure I know so many women and moms can relate to your story and probably find some solace in there with you. And what a way that you blossomed into this beautiful woman and owner of this business and community to help women all around, not just local, but worldly, Canada-wide, North America-wide, worldwide, because you have such available resources and you offer it online, and so people can zoom in if they can't be here in person. So it's just so amazing that you're doing this. And just over my time here, and the connections I've had and interactions with moms and moms to be and moms with more kids coming, when they find us, they're just like a huge exhale. I hear and I see and I feel come out of them of just gratitude that they're not alone anymore. And they're just amazed at the resources, the support that all the crew members have here for them, and the space that we can hold that you've created, built off this foundation of your own suffering and trials.
Pain points, some challenges that I went through.
You really rooted yourself, and instead of just being in that little bubble, you popped the bubble and said, no, I'm not alone. And I don't want anyone else to ever feel that way and go through what I went through. So I'm gonna build this community.
Thank you for seeing that.
It's beautiful. Thanks for being so open and raw with your story.
Thank you for seeing that as well, because it's something that thankfully is being talked about more and more in society. At the same time, 15, 16, 17 years ago for me now, it's not that long ago that, feeling like the shame or the disconnect from not wanting to even identify those feelings in oneself. Like, I think that's so common today as well, that people feel like there's just supposed to be this amazing, happiness and gratitude and all the high vibe feelings. And absolutely that's there too. And quite realistically, there's a whole other side of that is very real too. And I feel like not talking about it and suppressing it within yourself just makes it have more of a power drain, like an energy drain for one, to be like stuck and stay in it with, instead of being able to find supportive and trusted people to be able to have that outlet and really move through and find ways and tools to work through it, instead of it just being like, oh no, I'm fine, and you're kind of gaslighting yourself and not thinking like, okay, there's a lot of a spectrum of emotions that come up with that. So,
and when we suppress, we come to manifest into disorders and dis-ease
that comes and not having energy.
And so anyone out there, we're here, Cher's here, Dragonfly, and why we're here today is to discuss the amazing connection through motherhood and the mentorship program that Cher has together here so beautifully. And I'd love to hear more about that. Like, definitely. You went through your experience of, well, you touched on it. I know we're going to go into hopefully into some deeper of your experience being a new mom and the ongoing journey to this day, I'm sure. Postpartum.
I'll dive into that a little bit more, I guess. Let's stay right there. yeah, I kind of shared a little bit already about the early days and how I felt out of sorts and the heaviness that was there, or I felt like shame for feeling what I was feeling and then not wanting to really be true to myself, authentic. So that was a disconnect for me that it's probably about a month in where I felt that I didn't want to be creating that world for my son either. That's when I take myself back to that place, it's like that feeling of aloneness and the feeling of like heaviness that came was something that I wanted so bad, to be a mom, and then feeling a lot of guilt for feeling, so out of sorts and like what did I get myself into? I feel like I don't know what I'm doing and I can't take care of this little one. And for someone relying on me that, when they're in those early days, it's like they're the world and you're their world. And I felt so much that I didn't want to be feeling at that time that I sat with it. I just remember looking in Shape's eyes and being like, I love you and I'm going to find a way through this, but I'm bringing positivity here. I feel like it's really important to still, I guess, stay connected to that. I really felt into how I was wanting to show up and the mom I wanted to be. I knew there was going to be hard days and hard moments that I needed to face within myself. And I also knew that I wanted to find tools to work through that so that I was showing up in a way that was healthy for me and healthy for this little one that I was responsible for and that I wanted to create a positive world for ultimately. So that's what I would say, like that's the route that led me down this
lot of pressure
whole entire path. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of us as moms, we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. Like, it was so natural. We should just figure all this stuff out. And there's so many things that I guess they're natural. And this is, something that we lean into our own intuition and figure out along the way. And there can be such a benefit, like such a strength in reaching out to others and being able to have those outlets and really be seen and heard through this journey. Because when you feel like you're all alone and you start spiraling in your own mind of, am I doing it right? Or I'm, in a place where no one else understands me or knows what I'm going through. It just is a really unhealthy spiral. So yeah, some of those early days of connecting with other moms and whether it was like sharing tears and being right in like the depths of the moment of heaviness of whatever we were struggling with that day, or sharing some laughs of just like the rawness of motherhood and being able to be like, oh my God, you're going through that too. Like this is what you're feeling as well. And it's stuff that we didn't, expect to be facing, and just feeling that, even though we're all on our own unique journey with things, there is such a common thread that we face as going through this chapter of life of taking care of someone else and what that can be like. So yeah, that is taking me way back into the very early days. That is still very fresh in my heart and my mind, and why I feel so passionate and connected as a soul purpose of what I'm here to do in the world and what I can offer, and how that's just like a continuation through the whole postpartum journey. I feel like once we step into this realm of motherhood, it's a continuing chapter of life in various ways. I still have friends that, when I was pregnant for the first time and they were talking to me about their infant, or when we had our kids and we were getting into the toddler stage, and having someone that's just a little bit farther ahead of you and can relate to what you're going through. And that just continues on, like I'm in the teenage stage now and I have friends that their kids are graduated and starting to move away. It's like, oh my gosh, through that whole evolution of emotions. So I find when you can surround yourself by the people that are real and authentic and really open up about this journey, you just we're so much stronger through it.
Yeah. Like it's amazing your partner is so on your side and with you, but like you said, it's not the same as having another woman who knows, who's firsthand experiencing it or has experienced it.
And the hormonal changes and your body shifts. Yeah, I feel blessed to have a partner and family and friends that are like, there's so many different levels of it.
So many.
All of the same breath of gratitude for the people in my life. And there's something so special about the sacred bond of connecting through motherhood. So
like my mom's a single mom, as you know, and she was a bright light and she was just so strong and amazing. But I saw the hardships, and she was so inspiring. I'm gonna get emotional. So inspiring that she was so unafraid to ask for help. And I think she got to a point where she realized that was her only option, was to ask for help. Like she was a single mother of 6 kids. And suddenly, and I was 5 when she became a single mother, and she had her own health issues. So I can only imagine how all of the different hormones of having children postpartum and having so many so closely together and doing it on your own, and how I saw the community come together for her. And like I'm so grateful because I was able to get such a great example of how empowering and strength, like how much strength it takes to be vulnerable, and how that's like power and a gift. And it's a gift to be able to help each other. Like I love helping others and being there for others who need help, because I know how great of a gift it is to receive that, and watched how I was able to grow up so great because my mom reached out and had a community. And this didn't exist then, but there was other resources, but nothing like this. So I'm so grateful to be part of this. And I know how important it is from so many different angles, and being around with also a lot of other single moms throughout the years and seeing the struggles and just trying to be a strength for the children and give the moms a break to take care of themselves.
So this program is for any walk of the motherhood journey, whether you are going through pregnancy and wanting to connect in those early stages, or you're well on into your postpartum period. And again, whether that is from the walk of carrying your own child, or, adoption, fostering, any kind of life path that has led you to this chapter of life of taking care of another little one. And there's so many raw elements of being a parent that comes in, and again really unites us all. And there's so many unique paths of getting there, and so much we can do together to relate and connect and work through those challenges and those celebrations and all the different aspects of being a woman taking care of another human being. So it's really something that is meant to connect and unite and support anyone who's going through the parenthood journey, the motherhood journey as a woman.
That's just so beautiful. I find a lot of people hear maternity or pre postnatal, and they think about holding a baby in their womb. But through my own personal experience with other women and some clients that come in here and family members, motherhood comes in so many different ways, whether it be through fostering, adoption, or unfortunately a loss of a sister and she had children, or so many different things. And I think it's so important to understand that it's not just, you're not just a mom in this program, and our community isn't just for moms who've had a baby in the womb, but for all mothers at any age, at any phase of motherhood. And I just think it's so important, and I think it's so wonderful that that you included that and that we've talked about this topic. There's lots of variations.
I know it is a very niche topic. It is very broad and inclusive, and the way that we connect with different cultures, different walks of life, different whatever led you to being a mom, we're here for you, and we're here to connect.
Beautiful diversity, and you're all welcome, and we'll see you and invite you. So circling back to what you do here, what we do, what you've built, what is the Connecting Through Motherhood mentorship program?
Yes.
What is that for?
I feel like the emotional components that we'll jump into here now in this conversation is such a foundation of what the Connection to Motherhood mentorship program is, and also what Dragonfly is all about. And that I truly want moms to know that you're not alone through this journey, and that this is a safe space, and that we are all in our own different, like, unique walks of life. What we bring forward to help others through this journey, it is through a non-judgmental, authentic lens that we want to truly be able to help moms, which ripples out into the families that they are part of, whether that is single parenthood or partnership or blended families, all the different elements. Again, there's such a common thread of the motherhood parenthood journey, and all of the things that we touch on and offer here through the products, the services, the events, the classes, everything that we do here, it's coming from that lens of being able to serve the needs of moms. So through the mentorship program, to circle back to that question a little bit more fully, it is one-on-one connections. I wanted to make this really accessible. There are some opportunities to connect in person through the classes that we do here too, and some of the events that we do, so that filters into the program as well. And one of the main components are more so in a virtual sense of being able to connect online wherever you are in the world, whether it's here in the city or a different part of the world, whether you're traveling or whether you live somewhere else. I've been blessed to connect with a lot of people around the world, and I found that that was such a beautiful aspect of, you know, these different cultures and walks of life, and that we can come together in these ways. So again, part of that, the program is being able to have one-on-one time and just talk, seen and heard, and really get into what's coming up and alive within you in that moment in time, what you're celebrating, what you're struggling with, and just have an outlet that isn't necessarily, you know, your partner or your family members or people that are in those circles for your life. Being a third party outlet can be such a healthy space to be able to share what's on your mind and your heart. There's also the components of a wellness library that I've been building and putting together really short snippets of healing tools that I personally have used in my walk of life through motherhood. And it's just meant to be really short and sweet, 5 to 10, 15 minutes of content that you can do in your own time. So you can tune in and take in a breathwork practice or some movement or a guided meditation or some mantras that I found really powerful for myself. And doing that on your own timeline allows you to drop in and kind of build your own toolkit, honestly.
So there's some yoga? Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there is some movement in there as well. And then part of that as well is having access to our member library, recorded classes, as well as different components of joining us here in studio and or virtually online, just classes online as well. So that ties into a third component or another layer of this mentorship program. And then the last piece that I have been building out as a recognition of all of these amazing people in our community here that I have met from different industries, and can add in different layers of support that are quite honestly outside of my scope. I recognize what I can do and what I'm not skilled or experienced in, and that I wanted to connect moms and families with other people.
Go girl.
Yeah, like really build out the network of support. So it's a resource hub that we've been putting together with practitioners, and you can see their faces. Some of them are sharing videos. You can read a bio about them, really connect with their energy, and reach out to them for various levels of support that they offer.
That's wonderful. Oh, that sounds so exciting. Like, can I just mention, I'm not sure if you've all seen it, I'm sure you did. How bright you just started going taller and shining through, and I can just feel and see the passion and what it also means for you to be able to be here and hold space for all of you out there. And Of course, it's just such a pleasure, and it's just such a beautiful thing to experience and be part of. Yeah, and movement is just so important, ladies, everyone. It's just so important. You know, you gotta move, and like I was saying earlier, you gotta express, not suppress.
Yes, yes.
And this will
And
help.
the movement, the connection to the mind, body, the heart space helps that energy shift, energy in motion, emotions.
Well, thank you so much. So that's what we has to offer. How do mamas connect and learn more?
Yeah,
About this
absolutely.
program?
So we have all of this on our website. There's 2 different levels of the mentorship program. I was listening to the feedback in the early days of development for moms that were learning about this and really wanting to tailor it to allowing it to meet you guys where you're at, honestly. So you can sign up. It's all on a monthly program, but it doesn't have to be a specific duration, like it's not a year-long program necessarily. It can be if you are looking for that kind of support, or if it's the first 2 months. I wanted it to be flexible that way. So signing up on your own duration of time that way for the mentorship, and having 2 different levels of the amount of engagement that's there. So the level 2 offering more one-on-one connection ongoing versus the level 1. There's an intro video that we connect real time, and then there's the ability to connect in more setting.
Okay, I was gonna ask that. Okay,
Yeah.
so there is a group as well, not just one on one.
Yeah,
Mentorship.
that is one thing I didn't mention earlier too that I wanted to go back on, is the peer support place.
Wonderful.
The part of the program for both levels is having a private online group through Dragonfly's website. I want to create safe space and safe places to connect with others that are in this program, and that you can have that ability to check in with others that are in those stages, or have a place to start chats or share information, and really be able to connect in that platform that is, again, on your own time, and being able to grow that community of connections. So the private group is another aspect of the mentorship program.
And regarding feeling safe and having your privacy, does do attendees, this woman who signed up for this, need to be on video? Let's say like the peer, especially.
Right, good
Do
question.
you need to show up on video?
No,
Or
not at all. So the private group is meant to be, you create your own username, and you can have whatever level of your information out there. And some of it, if you want to be connecting on camera or setting up your own connections, you can do that, but it's not in a sense of needing to have your video on and sharing personal contact information and that kind of thing. It's meant to, that's why I wanted to host it on Dragonfly's website and have it as a space where people can sign up and connect without feeling like they're sharing too much information before they're maybe ready to, or if they don't ever want to go down that road, they have a place where they can contact, communicate. Wonderful. Yeah.
Perfect. There's no barriers. That's wonderful.
Yeah. So it is all on the website, and the membership details are all outlined on there. So that's the best place to get that information and be able to look through the components and feel into what is right level for you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Cher. And I really just just invite you all, please reach out, come into the store, and there's so much we have to offer. Yeah, so much, so much. And we'd love to have you in here and communicate with you and see your babes when they arrive.
Honestly,
watch them grow.
Yes. I even say, even if you just want to pop into the shop sometime and say hello and bring your babe in, and have an interaction in your day, like, we're here for it. That was something that I, again, had my own struggles with, and felt like getting babe ready to go to the house and just get myself emotionally ready to be in public. Sometimes that was really anxiety inducing for me, and knowing where I could feed my babe and have diaper change supplies and all these things that, just come up when you're taking care of a little one. That's why I've woven in so much of that into this experience here, where we have diapers and a diaper change table provided, and nursing chair, and it's quite a calm environment here intentionally so that moms and babes feel safe, supported. So whether it's the classes, the events, if you are looking for, on the shopping side, if you are looking for something in particular, or again, if you just want, if you're out for a walk in the neighborhood and you want somewhere to to go and have an interaction with another mama, another woman, another human. And like we are here for it. And our entire crew is just so warm and inviting that way. We get thank you for being one of those individuals. We get that feedback all the time. And it's with that pure intention that this is a space where moms can connect and build relationships. So
let me guarantee you, you will make my day by coming in, especially with your little ones.
Our day.
It really is. It just brings me so much joy. Yeah, come on by. We'd love to see you and meet you.
Yes. Well, thanks again for having this conversation with me.
Thank you.
And thank you for tuning in. And we look forward to seeing you either online, in store, at the studio, maybe at an event. All right. Ciao, mamas.
Have a lovely day.